Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a big thing in front of me. No, that's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and assembled company wherever you are in this big wide world. Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe, the second Marrakesh International Storytelling Festival. It looks very empty at the moment. There's because of our one live audience today. But of course, there are thousands listening around the world, and there's stuff going on all over Marrakesh. We have 40 tellers or 50 tellers out in 40 schools this morning doing workshops. The cafe, we've opened the cafe especially early for you this morning. We don't normally open for another hour, which is why we have all these empty chairs behind us. But the thing is, we're dealing with Singapore and India and all over. It would have been really difficult for you if we'd done it later. We'd have done it in the middle of your night. So this morning, wherever you're listening, we are very privileged because we have Acenovation, which run the World Storytelling Championships. They're taking over the festival for 3/4 of an hour to an hour, or however long it takes. So, is it Major or Nina that is saying what's going on? It's Nina.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I hand over to the magnificent Nina Gayatri.
Thank you,
Over to you,
John.
Nina.
John's our Santa. And when Santa calls, we have to be there. Acenovation is indebted to John, and he's always been with us and led us and guided us right from the inception. John has a lot of respect from Acenovation. Thank you, John, for having us here.
And thank you for coming.
Assalamu alaikum, Morocco. Happy to have you be here
Alaikum
and happy to
salam.
have you with us. Right? Morocco is beautiful. Morocco is the place to be. And looking at all the photographs and the Facebook posts and all that John and Seth and the others are posting, Morocco is the place to be. And it's so colorful. It's so beautiful. There's culture. There's just about everything there. And we have the best people out there. It's like turning the pages of some illuminated Persian manuscript, all embroidered with bright shapes and subtle lines. It's a challenge to all the five senses. The sounds, smells, what you see and hear, the touch and the feel makes you want to take it all in and leaves you with the taste that lingers far after it's over and leaves you wanting for more and more. And it is so India, so Singapore too. There's culture, there's tolerance, there are deserts, beaches, mountains, and like the king of Morocco, Mohammed VI said, there's absolute tolerance here. There's diversity, there's arts and craftsmanship, there's the spirit of oneness, there's friendship, then there's love. Today's Valentine's, and we're so happy to be celebrating it with all of you. Loads and loads of love from India. And then there's color. Today, Acenovation, the organizers of the World Storytelling Championship, Acenovation is a story. It's a small story. Was born from a story. We created stories. We mingled into stories. And this story has taken stories and storytellers into hearts and homes. Today, we've stepped into your land to take over your senses. Come, join us as I introduce you to one of the world's most talented women, Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Mohan. This lady has her roots in India, but is in Singapore, and then she's just all over the world. A Guinness record holder, an amazing person, a woman with a heart of gold, and with all that God has just given her all the talents. At the age of 5, she started watching her mother connect dots and lines, and these dots and lines created a pathway for her. She got enchanted by the rangolis, the the colorful art form. This woman then went on to do a master's in art therapy when she was 48 years old. Amazing, isn't it? A Yahoo for her, that. And then after that, she didn't stop with that. She went on to do a PhD in Rangoli. Imagine a PhD in Rangoli. And this PhD in Rangoli was only about a handful of people have done this, have tried studying this art form. And she didn't stop with that. The Singapore government was, they were just taken bowled over by what this woman had to offer. She did this and she did that. She tried Rangoli with that. And I have just seen some of the artifacts which she has, seeing her designs, people have manufactured, and it is eye-catching, mind-blowing, and, it's breathtaking, and it's just mesmerizing. Today, I leave the stage to this wonderful woman to let her tell us about a culture, one unique culture which India has given to the world. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Mohan, ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge, experience, whatever I say. As Dr. Nina said, I am a little crazy about the colors and the dots and the designs, everything. So I practice the art every day. And as far as, because Singapore is a multiracial country, so I want to spread the art to as many people as I can. So I have given a contemporary touch to art so that everybody can try it, everybody can do it, and it will reach throughout the world. That's my ambition. I just want to do a screen share so that I can show you my PowerPoint. Oh, screen sharing is disabled, so I cannot. I want to show my PowerPoint. Is it possible?
Yes. John?
Nina?
So we'd like to screen share.
It's being sorted out. No, it's streaming.
So can I do it now? Yeah.
Try.
Try, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Click show.
Yeah, 1 minute. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But
1 minute.
slide
I'll
show?
just so that I can show from the beginning. It's not moving. Wait. Okay. I just start and then take you to a journey of Rangoli art, which I'm very crazy about it. Rangoli is a very traditional art which is done on the floor. Every Indian, like we, get up in the morning, ladies of the house, clean the doorstep with cow dung because it's a natural insecticide. And then we draw the powder using our thumb and point finger with rice powder, because we use rice powder because it's a food for all the small insects, birds. So charity starts in the morning. Rangoli is the northern Indian version, which is done only during festivals and occasions. And Rang means color, Holi means row of colors or creep of colors. Lot of symmetrical design, geometric shapes, straight lines, wavy lines, everything is used when you want to create the Rangoli design. Because when you start the design, you start with the dot. Everything is starting with the dot. But later you expand it using the shapes like a triangle, circle, square. So it's a creative expression. It's a flow painting. It's a warm and colorful welcome expression to the people. Because why we draw at the doorstep? Because so many people will enter the house with different kinds of emotions and different kinds of feelings. So we want a positive energy in the house. So when they enter, when they see the beautiful, symmetrical, colorful design, immediately the mood will change. So when they say, wow, it's beautiful, so the atmosphere becomes positive and a lot of positive energy enters the house. That is why we particularly create the design just at the doorstep. And also to drive away the evil spirit, because it is believed a lot of evil spirits are moving around in the night. So when you sprinkle water and create the design, symmetrical design, because symmetry makes your brain calm and it makes you stabilize. So when you create such designs on the floor, the doorstep, automatically your mood will change, your atmosphere will change, and you will have a positive energy. Right, next. How to draw the design. This is our paint brush, as I told you. You press, the powder will fall. Also, this is Chin Mudra. So when you practice more and more of Rangoli, you will automatically compose calm. It's a kind of meditation. And also some people, when they create the design at the doorstep, they chant mantras for the welfare of the family, which is very good for the family and also the place, the area where the people are staying. So there are a lot of value, physical, physiological, emotional, spiritual, so many values when you create a very simple, colorful art. And you need not go to gym because it's a form of exercise. We bend and do the design. And physiologically, when you bend and do, you're bending to society, you're bending to human being, it's a kind of humanity you are doing, showing people and respecting people. So that is a very simple factor behind creation of Rangoli. Also, when you bend, the blood circulation to your brain goes very fast. Also, the oxygen level is very high. Your brain will get more oxygen and you will be able to survive, and your body will be energized through the whole day. So this is the form of yoga. This is the form which we bend and do the Rangoli art. Now I'm going to a little bit of history of Rangoli, how it started around 2000 years ago. The Rangoli art started because the epic like Ramayana, Mahabharata, all the stories, the ladies of the house, they created and started the Rangoli design. This one of the king lost his son. He couldn't find, those days, no photographs, no smartphones. So one of the artists, they drew the son and they could find. From that day, the king told the people that everybody in the household, they must create a Rangoli art. Also, I told you the traditional Indian epic like Mahabharata, Ramayana, also to attract the Lord Krishna. The Gopikas, they create Rangoli design just outside the house. As I told you before, to drive away the evil spirits and also for the welfare of the family, we create the designs, and to feed the small insects like ant, housefly, small sparrow, birds. Even today in my house, 2 p.m., 2 birds come and eat the Rangoli rice powder and eat and go. In olden days, people, you make their own colors. They use flower petal, color sand, natural dye, indigo, tree bark powder, brick powder, all those synthetic they created the traditional powder, but nowadays synthetic dyes are available in the market. We just buy the dye and do. And there are a lot of similarities. Like if you see the texture, the powder is coarse. And when you create the different kinds of design using the dot, using the lines, it gives a beautiful texture for the people who are viewing the design. So this is the basic comparison between the any art form you do and then the column you do. So we see the material and the non-material. So there are themes we have, and then we have live events we do create rangolis, and also for social and like National Day we create, and then the birthday, all those social events also we create designs. For the material, drawing material, we have natural theme, and then or based on the any occasion or design, whatever the people were using, like how we have different dialects around the world. Kolam also, like Kolam Rangoli is also called in different names in different parts of India. And also they use the material which is available in their region. I'll show you the example and then I just explain what is this. This is South Indian Kolam. Symmetry is very important. Square is supposed to be the seat of goddess Lakshmi, money god. So we create these kind of designs to attract the money god and welfare of the family on Fridays. And this is Kerala. They create designs like it is called Attapookalam or Poovadai. It's a coastal area. They create these kind of designs only during Onam festival, that which comes in August and September. And then they use lot of flowers and creepers when they create the designs. And then in Andhra Pradesh, it is called Muggulu. How they create the design, they soak the rice and then for 3-4 hours, make a rice paste and then they create the design. As I told you, any beginner, when they come to start, they start with a dot and then they create these designs. So you learn, there are a lot of mathematical skills and then the science skills are in this art form. When you join the dots, you learn estimation, approximation, calculation, everything, because when they give a space to us, we have to start from the center. And most of the designs, mostly it's a world is round. Rangoli is also mostly round. We start and then we expand. So the design on the right, which is very complicated. So the dots are believed to be the family members. And then we go around the dots to have the family unity. So these kind of designs are more advanced. So when you know the mathematical skills and also the colorful skills and also for the welfare of the family, people create designs like this. This is another advanced version. And India has got many festivals like Palanquin Festival, Chariot Festival, Snake Festival. So every festival we have a different design. This is a northern Indian Rangoli version. So they put the dot, join the dots, create the design, and then spread the powder, the color dye powder. This is northern Indian version, that is western part of India. They create on a cloth. And then lot of symbols they use like sun god, moon god, swastik, bell, seashell, all those things. So and then they hang it near the altar. This is another West Bengal design. And the feet of goddess Lakshmi is very important because they pray to goddess Lakshmi for the welfare of the family, as I told you. So they create the design around. If you see all these designs, Rangoli is mainly based on nature. Nature gives us a lot of calmness, happiness, and also it gives you pleasure. So when you create these kind of designs, you'll be composed, calm, and also emotionally balanced. So sometimes we use Rangoli paste, that is soak the rice for 4-5 hours, make it like a paste, squeeze the water. It's a more advanced version. We just, after learning all those things, that's why whenever a student comes to me, I tell them, draw 1,000 lines first, then you'll be perfect in creating the Rangoli. So because practice is very important. So every day you should create these kind of art for yourself and also for the welfare of the people around you. So nowadays, these kind of designs are sold in the market on the jewelry box. This is another version traditionally. So because even if you go to any part of India, most of the people, they use rice powder or rice paste or flowers. Like everything is very, very common. And then this is actually some of the people, this is a very good family time pass because they spend the time with the family. They don't have money to buy all the costly paint, everything. So they create these kind of designs as a family. they chant some kind of traditional folk songs, and then they sing songs and then do this design. So family unity is there, social welfareness is there. So many things are taken care of when you create with the family. It's a fun activity for them. Sorry. So another very important thing I just want to show is this is passed on from generation to generation, grandmother to mother, mother to daughter, and everybody. So these people, they create these kind of design. No smartphone, no television, and then they spend their time in creativity. So their brain, no dementia. They'll be like very good and they'll be creating designs. So it's a very good form of spending your time and a good art. So these are all the very traditional patterns. Whenever anybody come to us, we teach them. First, we start with the dot, if you can see, then go with the line, and then slowly all the patterns we teach them. So Rangoli in ecology is its column is drawn on the floor. It is eaten by earthworm, and then it's like earthworm is eaten by bird, bird is eaten by something else like that. So the ecological balance will happen. As I told you, a lot of connection between Rangoli and Max. So a lot of shapes are used. A lot of symbols and shapes are used when you create the design. Sorry if I am very fast, please let me know. I just wanted to share you whatever I have. So these are all the traditional way how the powder is sold in the market. And then I transformed the Rangoli into Singa Rangoli because this is a traditional Rangoli design. But I used, because they want to do it on the carpet. Also in Singapore, every year during Deepavali time, rainy season. So they want the Rangoli to be outdoor. So I created the first all-weather Rangoli in the world so that Rangoli can stay for 2 months in rain and shine. So that is why I call it Singa Rangoli. So another version is Rangoli, like Mickey and Minnie also celebrating the festival. And this is my Guinness World Record Rangoli. I did alone in 7 hours, 2,786 square feet, 3 badminton court size. I finished in 7 hours. So I feel it's an art form which has to be passed on to another generation, because people are like not, I feel, not realizing the value, and also not a lot of underlying factors you just have to dig and see. And I have about 44 Singapore Book of Records. These 44 records I did with the people of Singapore. I went to from kindergarten. My youngest participant is 1.5 years old, and my oldest participant is 95 years old. And then I take all the multiracial people. I teach them, and then I showcase exhibition around Singapore. In a year, I do around 5 to 6 major exhibitions. And this is the first all-weather Rangoli in the world, which is outside. This is done by 1,000 school children. And rain or shine, nothing will happen. It was outside the Esplanade. And then I travel around the world to teach Rangoli. This is I did in Brunei for Rotary, because I'm a Rotarian. So for Rotary conference, and then I was invited to Dubai to create the Rangoli design for Dubai Shopping Festival. Then after that, I did Rangoli for British Airlines. They were flying from India to 22 North American states. So I did the USA map in Rangoli, and then which was in the billboard. And then I did the Rangoli for the first flight from Hyderabad. I did the airport, Rangoli on the ceiling, Rangoli on the water, and then 3D Rangoli. So I started doing innovations, how I can transform the art form. So the designs are traditional. I did exhibition in New York. Excuse me. So I go to USA in the University of Nebraska every year to teach the visual art history students. And then I go to Australia also. Then this is another USA Girl Scouts, Nebraska. This one, the one on the right, is done by the Cancer Center of Nebraska. All the doctors, patients, because as an art therapist, I feel this art gives sensory stimulation, visual stimulation, and then also it gives calmness to the people who are creating it. Imported 1,500 pot from India and did. And then this is 5,400 tiles created the Rangoli by the people of Singapore. And then the mirror, you put the lipstick, the small mirror, 20,000 mirror, all done by the people. The bangle, which we wear, 50,000 bangle, I broke the bangle. Around every project, around 1,000 to 2,000 people will take part. This one is done by the migrant workers who are working in Singapore. Fruits and vegetable rangoli, I make them do, and after they do, I distribute it to them to take back home so that they can enjoy the. This one, I did rangoli for a Ramayana show in India. So I took the Thailand version of Ramayana and then took the character from the story, and then they created the design. The one on the down is 30,000 earbud. The one is Rangoli on the CD floating on the water. So this one, next one is puzzle Rangoli. I specially created for stroke and dementia patients. They create the design and also they can mix and match and play. It's a game come art for them. This one is 15,000 marble. And then the next one is Chinese festival and Indian festival came together. So I did lantern rangoli, Chinese lantern rangoli. And then the one down is 300 kilos of crystal salt, again done by 300 to 400 school children. The one on the right is maybe 250 kilos of sago. And then next one is 55,000 CD created by all the people, most of the people, around 80 to 90 organizations took part. The orchid is the main flower of Singapore, the national flower of Singapore. So this one is 20,000 orchid, toothpick, 20,000 toothpick lined up. And then this one is about 5,000 pencils. Next is on the canvas sheet. And then next one is Rangoli. 200 people created Rangoli together. Next one is very interesting one, 100 kilo pasta. This is totally pasta, and then yes, done by many people. This one is my experiment, dancing Rangoli. One of this lady is dancing on a plate, and then she is keeping the scales, and then I did Rangoli, the face, everything. We did a live performance for 8 minutes, this one. So it's a beautiful art, colorful art. I just, it's a welcome the people, everything. It's I feel everybody should do this, practice this. No need to do on the floor with the powder, everything. That is why I brought the art to the table. You can have a paper, pencil. If you cannot draw, at least download from the internet, mandala.com, and then do dots, put colorful dots, which will mean you'll be occupied at the same time. Maybe next time, when the story is narrated, we can create a beautiful design for the storytelling competition. So now, what I am planning is, I would like to show you live drawing, how to do the, sorry, we have to go back, screen share, how to close it.
The top right.
I will show you the live drawing of how to create the design. Do I have time to do that, or like how?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
Okay. We have to go outside because I am sitting in a room now. I will bring you outside. Yeah, it's open. I don't know why it is not. Internet is not there. Yeah, internet under the never. இதுல இருக்கே, like 1 minute. It is stop share. Okay. Okay, now I'll take you outside. Yeah. Okay. That's what is popping the camera.
What an amazing work she's done.
போன கொண்டாங்க, சப்போஸ் இதுல வரலன்னு போன்ல காட்டணும்.
The place looks beautiful, isn't it? She's in Mumbai, India.
Vijay, shall I come, Vijay?
She's gone down to the streets to show.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. She's in Singapore at the moment, is she?
So today she's in Mumbai,
Today
India.
she's in
She's in
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah, I'm
She's in
going
Mumbai.
to
She's
see?
traveled to
You're all
Mumbai
for
on
the
a holiday.
storytelling festival in Mumbai.
Yes.
Can she then Can I have the scissors? Hey, they open manitaye. Ella coloring open.
Has the festival started in Mumbai?
It has. I think it has. The Chennai Storytelling Festival is going on.
Bend panna.
There's a lot of storytelling all
Yeah.
over the world.
Thank you.
Just ask them whether they are able to see.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Are you able to see? Okay.
Yes.
You got to put your dot first, then we can tell you.
Oh, wow.
Ah, yes, that's fast.
Can you just hold the camera to, yeah, to where, you know, she is moving.
Is
Ah,
it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Look at its speed.
Isn't it beautiful? Just the fingers and the rice powder.
Biodegradable. So the birds come and feed on the rice powder.
Wait, wait, I'll finish. Bring other.
You want actually so that she can have a chance.
Color kuda.
Pink color kuda. In the blue. Blue, purple. Blue dots. No, green. Green. Blue, blue, like yellow color. Pink, pink. Pink, and the blue is peacock. Peacock blue pink. That's a big. எல்லாம் ஓபன் பண்ணிருக்கேன் ஓபன் பண்ணிடலாம் எல்லாம் கோல்டு
We can move back the camera a little, we can see the whole thing.
Is it okay now?
Yeah,
A little more back.
little more.
Move back a little.
Is it okay?
Okay, okay. Very good.
இந்த green. எல்லாம் தள்ளி இருக்கு. Yellow. இல்ல red. This is red. Powder is very fine. விட மாட்டேங்குது, very fine. Oh, this you don't make fine. வேற ரெட் இருக்கா? பிங்க் இருக்குப்பா. பிங்க் தான் இருக்கு. போடவே வரல. போடவே வரல. இது பாரு, அந்த கலர் தான் நல்லா இருக்கு. இந்த கலரு இது விழ மாட்டேங்குது. அந்த பிங்க் போட பரவாயில்ல. இந்த கிரீன் கூட இல்ல. Pink color will see Rangoli Hasla, so that it will come. Better. Better couple. Ella couple போட்டுட்டா? இன்னொரு white-ம் போடு. இன்னொரு white போடுமா? இல்ல. அது white-ஆ? ரெண்டு ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
I hope it is clear.
Yes.
1 minute.
We can only see the tail.
Now,
And to show
Only
the
the tail.
entire, hold it a little above, that exactly
Till-
above the column if you hold it.
என்ன கலர் வேணுமா?
இதுவா அதுவா?
எல்லோவா?
இது ஒண்ணு.
எல்லோ கலர்.
Yeah.
இப்ப எந்த கலர்? டைம் என்ன? எனக்கு டைம் இருக்கா கேளு.
இருக்கு மேம், இருக்கு.
அந்த பிங்க் கூட.
is there enough time?
Yes, we do. You do have
Yes, yes, for you special.
Oh, thank you.
You're taking so much trouble to do. So
இருங்க, நாங்க நடுவுலயும் போட்டுறேன். இந்த கலர் வேணுமா? ப்ளூ.
Mina dupatta sari madu. Sari ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. bas.
Wow. இந்த கலர் வேணுமா? ப்ளூ இல்ல, பிங்க். பிங்க் கலர். ரெட் பர்ன் அனுப்பிடலாம். മോൻ എങ്ങനെ ഫോട്ടോ എടുക്കല്ലേ ഞാൻ എത്തിട്ടോ കൊണ്ടുവരാം விழ மாட்டேங்கிறது இதுல ரொம்ப ஃபைனா இருக்கு அது இன்னொரு சல்லடை கொடுங்க
चलेगा मोहन हो गया मोहन डन ऑलमोस्ट डन
சாப்பாடு மேலும்
there it's coming back
cannot be சாப்பாடு is coming up திக்கா படுங்க குண்டா படுங்க இருங்க நான் போடுறேன்
no yeah
வீடியோ எடுத்துக்கணுமா அந்த மூக்குக்கு ரெட் கலர் போடணும் வீடியோ
red
அந்த இதுல கொஞ்சம் இந்த எல்லோ போடுது
அதில் போட்டலாமா
that time
சல்லடை வேண்டாம்
வேண்டாம் பேக்ரவுண்ட் மாதிரி வருதா
yeah it is on
wow
very easy okay very good
करतिया Viji want to talk
wait I can
sorry come sit
hi you all could see the final product
works it's an amazing work
yeah sorry I couldn't do
beautiful
much because of the place because I've come on holiday I couldn't buy many
All right.
things so whatever I could do I did
Thank you. Fantastic. That's what you're on to.
You know, ma'am, I'm so glad you chose the peacock because
Yeah,
the
it's a peacock.
has it's our Indian national bird, and it
Yeah.
has the ability to draw from its own inner unique talent and spread happiness into the world.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you're doing. You know, tapping onto your inner beauty and spreading it to the world, creating so much of happiness. Today, you've created, you've brought us, you've given us the colors of the rainbow. You've taken us through all those stories, the dots and the lines, and
Yeah.
connected hearts across the world. Morocco, we thank Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Mohan for spending her valuable holiday time and coming here. And so, I think for the next edition of the Marrakesh Festival, we'll all be in Morocco drawing the rangoli on the floors of Morocco. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Well,
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you.
everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen the colors of the rangoli, and this amazing woman took us through the stories of the lines and the dots, and she created a peacock. Well, from there, we move on to sculpture. Sculpture and tradition and India. The chinking of the stone, that's one sound that I just love.
Thank
If
you.
you come to Chennai, which you will be coming when we host the World Storytelling Championship at Mahabalipuram someday, you will hear the chinking, the sounds of the chinks and the sculpture, and what all the lovely designs that were created by people who had no technology available long, long ago. Today, to take you through this story, we have three amazing people. First, Mrs. Geeta Subramaniam. She is also a knowledge powerhouse, has been in the education sector in India. She's a singer, she's a storyteller, and she, more than anything else, she's a wonderful, wonderful human being. We have Meenu Sivaramakrishnan, young, bubbly, full of energy, and an amazing storyteller with a voice. We have Vidya. Vidya is also a young teacher who is into architecture, and she takes children. She thought that the tradition of India, especially of the temple architecture, the stories from these amazing places have to be told to the world. And let's begin with India, she thought. We found her just a week ago, and we got her to do this program for us because there's so much to see and learn from the temples of India. All right. Morocco, can you just open your eyes and your ears and listen to Geeta Subramaniam, ma'am, tell a lovely story on sculpting. Yes, Geeta, ma'am.
Thank you. Long ago. Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Can you please
Yes.
enable the screen sharing option for me to share the presentation for me? Ma'am?
John, can you help us, John?
Okay.
We need the screen sharing option.
It's
It's Acenovation, yes. Acenovation Hub.
Gayatri.
Acenovation Hub.
Right, sir.
And also Vidya. She can also be enabled. Yes. Hi, can you share?
No, ma'am. It is disabled. Still, it's showing.
Can you just
disabled.
put a hand thing on your screen so that a reaction or something so that
Okay.
they know? Yeah. Try, Sai?
No, ma'am. It is still
No?
disabled.
Can you just raise your hand or something? Show a thumbs up so they know which one to. Huh. That's the one which has to be, screen sharing has to be enabled for. She has her hand
Gayatri.
up.
Yes. So I see.
Screen, well, you're all co-hosts, so you can screen share.
Yeah, Sai?
You can enable screen sharing yourself.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Ma'am, it is still disabled, ma'am.
Yeah, now you are. Now you can.
No, we
Yes,
all
ma'am.
can, no? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Long ago, in a small village, people wanted to build a temple. The beautiful temple was built, and now next, they have to install the idol, the God's idol, inside for the people to come and pray. So the sculptor was looking for a stone to make the idol of God. So he was just searching and searching for a suitable stone to make an idol of the God. He found a beautiful stone and he lifted the stone in his hand. When he lifted the stone in his hand, the stone started screaming, "Oh no, no, please leave me. Please leave me. I don't want you to make me an idol." The sculptor said, "What is that? Your life will change. You will become a divine idol. People will come. They will worship you. I agree, but I don't want to undergo the pain when you hammer me to make the idol of the God. Please leave me." So the sculptor left the stone and he started searching for another stone. Finally, he found a beautiful stone suitable for making an idol. He took the stone, started carving on it, and he got the idol of Lord Vishnu. And the idol was installed inside the temple. The festival was celebrated in a grand scale. People came and they wanted to offer coconut. Breaking the coconut is a symbolic act. Of surrendering oneself to God according to Hindu culture. So people wanted to break the coconut and offer to God. They were looking for a stone. You know what? They found a stone which was refused, to undergo a lot of pain, hammering. They brought the stone and put it in front of the temple, and people started breaking the coconut using that stone. Now, that is undergoing a lot of difficulties, pain, and other things which the stone did not want to undergo. So if you want to have a pleasure in your life, you have to undergo a lot of difficulties and obstacles and sufferings. Am I right?
Yes, you are, ma'am. Well, Morocco people, can you now? Your ears were open, your eyes were open, you were all attentive. Can you please I'm going to throw a rope to you. Catch the rope, close your eyes, step onto that magic carpet that I'm going to throw, and off we fly to 8,584 kilometers to Kanchipuram in India. Close your eyes.
श्रीवेङ्कटेशं भजामि सततम् श्रीवेङ्कटेशं भजामि सततम् श्रितजन परिपालं गानलोलं श्रीवेङ्कटेशं भजामि सततं श्रितजनपरिपालं गानलोलं श्री वेङ्कटेशं भजामि सततम्.
With this lovely sound, we enter Kanchipuram, the land of the temples, a place which is sheer magic. This magical place has a lot of stories behind it. Every stone, every carving, every place has a story here. It's such a magical story. And to take you through this magic, we have Vidya Lakshmi. Vidya?
I'm not able to share the screen. I want permission.
John, one more screen sharing. While she's trying to share the screen, Kanchipuram is famous for its silk saris. It's famous for the temples. It's famous for the food. It's famous. It's a very quaint little town which has so much of beauty and the architecture, the Pallava architecture. Vidya, you ready?
Yeah. No, still it's in disable.
John, can you have Vidya? She's raised her hand. She needs to screen share.
She's unable to.
Vidya Lakshmi Rajesh.
Everyone is co-host. If you're co-host, you can screen share.
Are you
just
co-host?
enable.
1 minute. Hold on.
I'm not able to. Host disabled
Even-
attendee
No,
screening.
Even I
she's
can.
not a co-host, ma. No. Vidya, can you just give it to
Yeah.
Sai?
Okay.
Sure. How do
Yeah.
I do that?
No. You're able to do that?
No, she can't.
She
She's
can
not a
she share
host.
her mail ID?
Yeah.
I can.
Wait, hold on, Vidya.
Before you start, we need maybe another 10, 15 minutes on the program. I have something live in another part of the building,
Yes.
so we are nearly out of time.
Yes,
You've
we
got
finished
something,
it.
but just
Yes. Okay. Vidya,
Okay.
while you do the thing,
I can't
Meenu, can we
hold
start?
them up downstairs for longer than about another 15 minutes.
Okay, done. Meenu, can you start, Meenu? Music is another part of the tradition and culture that India showcases. So here we have a story with a lot of music.
La 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 la. Ah ha 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 ha. Music is something that's part of our life in some form or the other. It could be that some of us could sing songs, while some of us listen to songs all the time, while some could even create songs, right? But what if someone was never exposed to songs, music at all, and then all of a sudden is surrounded by music all the time? Hello everyone, Namaste from India. Now I'm going to be presenting to you a retelling of a folk tale from central India. Here it goes. Far, far, far away, way back in the mists of time, there lived a woman in a small village. She was called Paro. Now, Paro had just moved into this village just a couple of days back after she had got married to her now wedded husband, Parimal. Now, I have to tell you that Music was something that was just non-existent in the life of Paro until now. It was one morning when Paro was doing her morning chores as usual, when she heard it. Yes, she heard it for the very first time. Talelo, talelo, tangame talelo, ararirariro, ararirariro. Wow, what a sweet voice, what a mesmerizing song. Paro thought she was hearing it for the very first time, and for a moment she just felt as if she was sleepy and she had to tap herself to be awake again. What a starter to the day, she thought. After some time, she went about picking pots so that she can go fetch water from the well. She walked out. As she was walking along the riverside, she saw some fishermen who were readying their nets and boats. With hope in their hearts, they sang the song of joy. Yelelo, yelalo, yele, yele, yelalo. You can all join me with your claps. Come on. Yelelo, yelalo, yele, yele, yelalo. Yele, yele, yelelo, yelalo, yelalo. Yele, yele, yelelo, yelalo, yelalo. Hayya re, hayya, hayya ho. Hayya re, hayya, hayya ho. Aha, aha, aha. Paro just fell in love with that song instantly. The joy of the fisherman was so infectious that her heart was filled with happiness. And with that, she walked to the well, only to be invited by the songs of the ladies. Yes, the ladies who were drawing water from the well with this song. Tannannadhinam 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 tannane tannannadhinam 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 tannane tannannadhinam tannane tannannadhinam tannane. Now Paro was so thrilled beyond words. Her heart was yearning. Yes, you guessed it right. She was yearning to sing as well. But wait a minute. She was never exposed to music before, I told you, right? And this was the first time, and she didn't know how to sing. What to sing? She looked around. She saw the ladies. She mustered her courage, and she decided to walk up to one of the ladies there. Didi, sister, my name is Paro. I have come here recently. I've moved into this village. From the time I stepped out, I've been listening to music. Wow, you people sing so well, so beautifully. Now my heart yearns to sing as well. But what do I sing? I don't know. I don't have any songs. Where do you get your songs? Can you please help me? Now I have to tell you, Paro was one innocent lady. She just believed anything and everything. Now the ladies of the village, they were quite smart. They understood this at the very first instant, and now they wanted to have some fun. They said, Paro, don't you know? There is a shop in the central bazaar, and there you get all the songs that you want. Yes, you just name it, you just pick one. That's it, you have got your song. Huh? Is that what it is? I can go and get a song? So easy. Oh, thank you, Didi. Thank you so much. I shall go right away and tell my husband. She said. She filled her pots and ran back home. She went to her husband and said, Parimalji, oh Parimalji, today is Valentine's Day, no? I want something from you. Please, can you go to the shop and get me just one song? Just one song. Huh? What? Song from the shop? Para, what happened to you? You've been married to me for just 2 days. Are you all right? What happened to you? And Paro said, "You're always like this. I'm just trying to be part of your village, and you're like this. You're like this. Arey, no, my dear, please don't cry. You want a song? I'll go right away and get you a song," said Parimal. What else can he do? Of course, just married and Valentine's Day. He didn't obviously want to disappoint his dear one. So off he went to the central bazaar. He reached the place. There were different types of shops, you name it. It was all there except song. But he still went into every shop that he found there, only to be laughed at, mocked at, and sent away. 2 hours went by, but he had no song in his hand. He was exhausted. He was hungry. What to do? He had no choice but to go back home and somehow convince his wife. And so off he began on his journey back home. Suddenly, he stopped because he heard a sound. Grr, grr. He looked back. It was a rat that was digging a hole on the ground. Grr, grr, grr. Eureka! He got an idea. His wife wanted a song. It need not necessarily be purchased. It can also be created, and he knew where to create it from. Digging, karare, karare, digging, digging, karare, karare. You can all join me. Digging, karare, karare, digging, digging, karare, karare, digging, karare, karare. Thank you so much. And Parimal was so thrilled. He patted himself. He was so happy with the first line. He was so happy with the peppy tune that he had, used for his line, and humming the song. He walked further down the road. Suddenly, crawled a snake from one side to the other, and that gave him his second line. Crawling, 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 and then crawling, 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 digging, karare, karare. Shabash, shabash. He was so happy with the way he was coming up with the song. He was thrilled, and singing the song, he further walked further down the road until he was stopped by a rabbit, which was looking and blinking, looking and blinking, looking, blinking, looking, blinking, pruck, 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 looking, blinking, looking, blinking, pruck, 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 digging, karare, karare. Now you know the joy in Parimal's heart. I'm sure you will be able to feel all that. And he was now super excited. He just wanted to run back home and sing this song to his dear one. So he ran and ran and ran and ran. He turned to the right, and as he was about to reach his house, he saw 2 deers as they were jumping and leaping, jumping and leaping and jumping and leaping, giving him the perfect end to his song. There they go, umbak tumbak, there they go, umbak tumbak. Parimal ran to his house. Paro, oh Paro, my dear baby, come here. You know what? I have got you the most expensive song from the bazaar. Just for you, my sweetheart. And he sang the song. Obviously, Paro was so happy. She fell in love with the song and began to sing and sing and sing, practice it through the night. Parimal was relieved. He was exhausted that he retired to bed early. But Paro was walking as she was practicing the song. Time flew by until it was midnight. Little did she know that 4 robbers were trying to enter their house, and they were digging a hole through the wall of the house. When one of them heard, digging, karar, karar, digging, karar, karar, digging, karar, karar. Oh no! Oh no! The lady of the house, I think she has spotted us. Come on, hide, hide, hide! Shh! They stood there hiding. They looked here, they looked there. They did not move until they thought the coast was clear. They slowly came, crawling, crawling, and they decided that the hole was enough for them to crawl through. So they went stealthily crawling. Shh! But they heard the song, and then crawling, crawling, crawling. Crawling, crawling, crawling. The robbers, they looked this side, they looked that side at each other, looking, blinking, looking, blinking. When they heard, looking, blinking, prr, 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 looking, blinking, prr, 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 prr. Oh no! We have been spotted! Run! Run! They screamed and ran, but they did hear the last line of the song. There they go. Umbaka tumbaka. There they go. Umbaka tumbaka, umbaka tumbaka. And so they say that the 4 robbers never dare to enter that village again. And as far as Paro was concerned, oh, let me tell you, she became the lovely and the most sweetest singer of that village. Join me! Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Meenu. That was awesome. Umbaka, umbaka, umbaka.
Thank you.
See, I'll just look where we're going. Thank you, John. And Vidya, she's done a lot of
Yeah.
work. We'll just show you 2 slides of that amazing temple in Kanchipuram, and then Acenovation will take leave.
So here we go. Long ago, there was a king, or there was a prince who doesn't want to take up his king's position, and he went in search of a new land. After 200 centuries, the kingdom was left without no king to take over the property. So they went and searched for the son of that king, that prince, and he came back and took over this throne. So he went around the city searching for what is there in this new city. So he saw this beautiful temple called Kailashnath Temple, which is in Kanchipuram, and he wanted to create something very similar to this. But his favorite god is Vishnu. So changing from here, he is meeting his chief architect. Can you go to the next slide? And he is telling him he wants a very beautiful temple, which is much more beautifuler than the temple that his grandfather did. And he wanted it for Vishnu. This is a coach scene of Vishnu. And the middle one is the main deity here. And he wanted to create one temple for the supreme power. Next is elevation to be beautiful, and it should be with extreme detail. The exterior walls should have lion pillars, and the Vimana should be very intricate and look gigantic and iconic from a longer distance. Next slide. So this is how he describes the Gopura to his architect. See, when you come inside, you have to have a beautiful focus creating Gopuram with a raised platform and columns on either side of the platform and Garuda guarding all 4 directions. Next slide. In the interior side of this temple, people should see a pathway, and on the left, they have to see the history of Pallava sculptured on every stone, And on the right side, you have to create a column pillared hall with lion on its base. And this particular material is so beautiful that the details stand still even after 1400 years. Next. And this is how he explains the temple. So when you enter, you have the walking space around the temple, and there should be a water body between the main sanctum and the walking space, and that should be filled with water. And the main shrine is being in the sitting position. Next slide. He wants to differentiate from the temple that he saw of his grandfather. So here he creates a 3-story temple. So on the ground floor, you see the god in a seating position. And in the next slide, you see the god in a reclining position. Next slide. Or the sleeping position. And on the top floor, you see the god in a standing position, which is also the form of Krishna. Next slide. Yeah, here he's very fond of the stories of Bhagavata Purana of Krishna. So he details out every sculpture or every form of Krishna in and around the temple, and every form in 3 meters high. Next. So then he also wants to record the political and the social history of Pallavas. This particular scene is from the court scene of Nandivarma Pallava, who is the king of this Kanchipuram and who is also the creator of this temple. He depicts the court scene where he's punishing people for their crime. The one that you see on the left hand side is the punishment that's given to a political crime. So that particular scene is depicted here. Next. So this is how this king's dream is brought into reality. And this is where what you see as Vaikunta Perumal temple that's located in Kanchipuram. And you have to go visit this place to enjoy the stories that are found in this temple. Each and every stone here is depicted into a sculpture, and the stories of Tamil Nadu, stories of Bhagavata Purana is being depicted here, and you will enjoy each and every inch of it.
Thank you, Vidya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was shortened, but we had the dots, we had the lines, we had the music, and we had the sculpture. We had, we connected and we created bonds. Bonds which cannot be broken. Morocco, thank you once again. John Rowe, hats off to you and your team. Keep continuing. Major, 2 minutes for you, 1 minute for you, and then we sign off.
Yes.
Major?
Thank you, Morocco. Thank you, Marrakesh. Thank you, John, for giving us the opportunity. I hope Acenovation has done justice. We hope that we have really entertained with all kinds of art. Thank you so much. We look forward to next year, Marrakesh again in February, and we would
Not
like to
next
work
year.
with you in India. Do join us.
2025 it is. And 2025, Acenovation will be at Morocco, supporting you as usual, always, forever. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you all at the World Storytelling Festival. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Team Acenovation. Wonderful job.
Acenovation. What's coming up on the cafe tonight is, or today, or whatever time it is, wherever you are in this world, at 5 o'clock UK time, 6 o'clock Moroccan time, probably near midnight in India, middle of the night Singapore. We have our young international tellers coming on, both live from the cafe and on Zoom. And but for now, thank you very much. You have been part of the second Marrakesh International.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lots
Thank
of
you.
love. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Bye-bye.